Hi Scorpio, welcome to your love reading for September 2019. I've already shuffled the deck, so let's go ahead and begin. This is a love reading for the sign of Scorpio for September 2019. You have the Two of Cups, love reading for the sign of Scorpio for September. The Empress, love reading for the sign of Scorpio for September. You have the Devil, love reading for the sign of Scorpio for September. Four of Swords, love reading for the sign of Scorpio for September. Three of Pentacles, love reading for the sign of Scorpio for September. Two of Pentacles, love reading for the sign of Scorpio for September. Ten of Pentacles, love reading for the sign of Scorpio for September. Three of Cups, love reading for the sign of Scorpio for September. And the Sun. What's the most important thing that Scorpio needs to hear about their love life for September 2019? The message that you have, Scorpio, is the Wheel of Fortune. So the month of September does have a lot of movement around as far as your love life. This is change for the better. But to me, the Wheel of Fortune also represents a very lucky time. So let's go ahead and come back to this card in a minute and see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Also, if you would like to get a private reading with me, Scorpio, just go to my website, channelguidance.com, and I'll put a link down below. Okay, so let's see what you have going on here. You start with the Two of Cups, the Empress, and the Devil. So some of you could be dealing with an Aries, with the Empress being here, or a Capricorn with the Devil. But I feel, you have the Empress here, which represents the ideal relationship. This represents the ideal partner. And I feel like you have this person in your life because it is up here in the first row, also next to the soulmate card, the Two of Cups. You have a special bond with someone. You're very close to them emotionally. And again, this person is the one for you. You feel like this is it. This is a perfect relationship. Yet you have this energy from the Devil. So it can be that maybe you're becoming pessimistic about the relationship. The Devil can represent negative thoughts, negative behavior patterns. Perhaps there's something there's some type of negativity affecting this perfect relationship that you have in your life. It can be, that somebody has a lot of thinking to do. You do have the Four of Swords. Somebody also could have asked you for a timeout. Somebody could have asked for some space with the Four of Swords. Could also be that there is some healing that needs to happen. Perhaps this energy of the Devil represents just a very dark time in your relationship. You also have the Two of Pentacles here. So the Two of Pentacles could be that maybe somebody has a decision to make in the month of September. This can even be a partner that is being wishy-washy at the moment. Somebody that comes and goes. You could also just feel like your love life is kind of up in the air, where you don't really have any true answers about this relationship that you see as the perfect relationship for you. You also have the Three of Pentacles here. So you have the Two of Pentacles. Let me just show you what I'm looking at here. You've got the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So everything kind of seems up in the air for you here. There could also be a choice that's being made. Perhaps you're choosing between partners, or your partner is, deciding whether they want to be with you or someone else. You have the Three of Pentacles right next to it, which to me, this is a card of hard work and effort. This is teamwork. It could be, that the person that you love, this energy from the Empress, somebody is kind of backing away from you here and leaving you kind of in the dark, leaving you kind of feeling like everything's up in the air. You don't have any true answers. You do have to work together with the Three of Pentacles. This is teamwork. This is effort from both parties, not just you, not just them. There is something to heal right here with the Four of Swords. You also have the Ten of Pentacles, which, this is a relationship. This is stability. It can even be marriage, especially with the Three of Cups, which also represents marriage, and the Sun, which also represents marriage. So for some of you, maybe those who are already involved in a long-term relationship, it could be that maybe you're talking about marriage in the month of September. You could even be entering a relationship where this will be your life partner, because all of these cards in the bottom row represent marriage. Now, the Ten of Pentacles can also be that maybe if you've been in a very unstable place, the Two of Pentacles, a place where there's a lot of coming and going, or one partner leaves and then they come back, or they leave again. There is finally a sense of stability with the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Three of Cups here, which does mean that there is a lot of joy coming your way, laughter. You will be happy again. Again, you have a very tricky energy here with the Devil. I feel like you're going through a dark time, but the Three of Cups is telling you you will be happy once again. There will be joy. You also have the Sun right next to it. So, this is the ultimate card of happiness, positive energy, success. So kind of tying this in with the main energy, the Wheel. I feel like even though you're going through a difficult time, I feel like you're going through a dark time with the devil being here, this still has a chance, the month of September has a chance to be a very positive month for you with the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun. I feel like there's going to be a lot of positive changes for you as far as your love life. And again, with the Sun being here, this is promising you success as long as there is some type of effort. Maybe healing a relationship. Again, the Four of Swords, which represents healing. I feel like for the sign of Scorpio, like there is a lot going on mentally for some of you. It can be you, or it can be the soulmate that you have found here, because you have the Two of Cups, the soulmate card, and the Empress. So this is, to you, this is the perfect relationship, the perfect partner. Yet there is some type of negativity that's working against you. Okay, let's get a few more cards and see what other messages come up. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio for September 2019? Interesting. The King of Swords jumped, and here it is again. Messages for Scorpio. You have the Chariot. Messages for Scorpio for September. And you have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So there is an air sign. Because, I mean, this card jumped for you. And you watch me put it back in the deck. Here it is again. There is an air sign. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Male or female, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This can be somebody new coming into your life. If you are meeting an air sign, this has victory written all over it. This will be a very successful relationship. You have the Chariot. This is a lot of movement, a lot of excitement in your life. This is a relationship that is growing. You can even be, some of you could also be dealing with the sign of Cancer, which is represented by the Chariot. For some of you, there could be a choice. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Ironically, I put the Seven of Pentacles right over the Two of Pentacles, which also represents a choice. The Seven of Pentacles is telling you that there are decisions to be made. For some of you, it can be you, or it can be the person that you love. It's hard to say in a general reading. The Seven of Pentacles just means someone is taking their time making a decision. Someone is being very careful as far as maybe who they want to be with, or if they want to stay together, or if they want to move in a different direction. Because I do feel like somebody has asked for some, let me just kind of show you what I'm looking at here. Somebody has asked for some space here with the Four of Swords. Somebody needs time to figure things out. I feel like it's complicated what's going on in your love life. And again, where there is an air sign here, there is victory. I feel like that is especially significant for those of you who are meeting an air sign in the month of September. For others, it can be that there is a choice between an air sign and maybe a Cancer here, where you're taking your time and kind of deciding who you want to be with. Okay, let's get a few cards from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio for September? You have the Emperor. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio for September? The Three of Pentacles. So this is a repeat card because you have it right here. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio for September? And Death. What's the most important thing that Scorpio needs to hear about their love life for September 2019? Interesting. The Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is always saying, look closer, look deeper. There's something that you're not seeing. It could be that maybe you're doing this in the month of September. Maybe you're looking at a relationship where there is, there are a lot of ups and downs. Maybe you feel like this person is not committing to you. Maybe there's someone else involved. I feel like if there's someone else involved, or if it's kind of a negative relationship that's really maybe affecting you mentally or emotionally, you will be looking at this very carefully in the month of September. Now you have these three cards here. So this is actually a repeat card. You have it right here. Same card, different deck. Whatever it is that you have going on in your relationship, whether, there's a lot of fighting, misunderstandings, you have to work together. I mean, you do have the Sun in this reading. The Sun's the most positive card in the entire deck, which is telling you can be successful. You can stay together. You can get back together, but there has to be effort. Not only that, you have the Emperor. So the Emperor is saying, take your power back. Somebody has to take control of this relationship, which has amazing potential. The Soulmate card, the Empress, and the Sun. I mean, that's eye-opening. I feel like you have found a good thing. You have found a relationship that has marriage written all over it. Literally. The Ten of Pentacles, your Cups, the Sun. Your relationship has marriage written all over it. But there has to be strong effort from both of you. So one person can't hide. You also have Death here. So for some of you, you could be dealing with a Scorpio, another Scorpio. But I mean, the Death card, to me, this means a huge event. Something that changes your life forever. So I feel like you're dealing with a relationship. You already have a relationship, or you're meeting someone where like this person is, they are the one. The death card does represent a significant beginning, new beginning, and an ending. So it could be the end of this, the end of negativity, the end of fear. For some of you, the end of, the ups and downs of a relationship, or somebody who comes and goes. This is someone who's being wishy-washy, scattered energy. So it could be that, there is a need to work, literally right here. There's a need to work on this. And it could be maybe that somebody's asked for some space with the Four of Swords. Somebody's asked you for some time to figure things out. But I do feel like the sign of Scorpio, like you have found the one. The Two of Cups, the Empress, and the Sun. I feel like you have amazing potential here with someone that you just met, or someone that you're already in a relationship with. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the X spread using this deck right here. I've already shuffled it, so let me just get these out of the way. And as always with the X spread, it can be someone that you had a long-term committed relationship with, but it can even just be someone that you went out with a few times and you just want to know if you're going to hear from them again. Okay. Show us the energies around Scorpio and their ex for September. You have the Knight of Wands, Scorpio and their ex for September. The Seven of Pentacles, Scorpio and their ex for September. Ace of Wands, Scorpio and their ex for September. Five of Swords, Scorpio and their ex for September. Seven of Swords, Scorpio and their ex for September. The Lovers, Scorpio and their ex for September. Page of Swords, Scorpio and their ex for September. The Four of Pentacles, Scorpio and their ex for September. And the Five of Cups. So there's a lot of kind of red flag energy here, and they're right next to each other. You have the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords, which to me, this is a tricky energy. So we're asking about an ex, someone who's no longer in your life. It could be maybe that there is some type of deceit going on. For some of you, it could just be that this person is telling you that they're happy. Maybe they're happy with the decision that they made, and maybe they're not happy. Maybe they're kind of covering up that they're actually in a really difficult place, that they're suffering. I feel like this has come up like every single spread that I've done so far for the month of September, but that is what I see. Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, and Five of Cups. Now let's start at the top to see what all of this means for you. You have the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So, I feel like your ex is doing a lot of thinking. You have the Seven of Pentacles, and this card did come up for you in the first spread. In fact, I'm looking at it right here. It was one of the last cards that I pulled from the first deck. I feel like your ex is trying to make a decision if they're going to come back to you or not, even if you've not heard from them. The Seven of Pentacles just means that someone's being very careful about their next move. I feel like part of them really wants to move forward. The Knight of Wands is someone who is eager to move forward, someone that is determined to succeed, someone who's not going to give up or back down. And of course, you have a new beginning here, the Ace of Wands. This is a fresh start, a new beginning for you and for your ex. But again, they're being very, very careful. I feel like part of them wants to just kind of rush back to you, but at the same time, something is kind of holding them back here. And they're having to make, for some reason, a difficult decision with the Seven of Pentacles coming up. Now, you also have the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Lovers. So, the Lovers, you could be dealing with a Gemini, but the Lovers just represents a very significant relationship. This is a relationship that you want very much. This person may no longer be in your life, but you still very much, you feel connected to this person and you want this person back. There is tricky energy here with the Five of Swords. Like I said, it could be maybe that they have told you that they're happy with their decision, and it could be that they're lying about that, because the Seven of Swords does represent deceit. It can be self-deceit as well, someone who is their own worst enemy. The Five of Swords can represent a very bad decision that has backfired. So if your ex, is telling you that they're, happy with their choice, especially if they left you for someone else, it could be, that they're lying about that. It could be in the month of September, they could be realizing that, they've made a mistake, because you have two sevens lined up here. The sevens do represent choices and change. It could be that they're changing their mind. I'm surprised you don't have the Ace of Swords here. But, the Five of Swords, to me, this is negative energy. This is sabotage. It could be, that your ex is kind of realizing that they've ruined a good thing. And it could be that they're taking their time and thinking, like, what am I going to do next? What is my next move? And, getting my ex back. Now, down here at the bottom, that could be what we're seeing down here. I see unhappiness here. And the Five of Cups also does represent regrets. So bad decision here, regrets here. For some of you, your ex could be, you know, really feeling like, you know, I made a huge mistake in what I did, or maybe in leaving you or choosing someone else. You could be hearing the truth from them in the month of September. You have the Page of Swords. This is honesty, honest communication. All the pages represent communication, but this is honesty. Someone is opening up and giving you the truth 100%. And there is a sense of regret here. Like, I'm sorry I left. I'm sorry I cheated. I'm sorry I messed everything up. I'm sorry I was my own worst enemy. I'm sorry I sabotaged our happiness. And then you have the Four of Pentacles here. So the Four of Pentacles, I feel like this is what's keeping this person kind of, you know, stuck in making this decision. The Four of Pentacles is someone who is holding back from you. This is someone who is playing it safe. Someone who's really stubborn and maybe refusing to act. So, I mean, I feel like there's big regrets here as far as your ex. I feel like they're being very careful as far as what are they going to do next. Okay, let me get a few more. What else does Scorpio need to know about their ex for September? Scorpio and their ex for September. Scorpio and their ex for September. Yeah, I mean, I see you here. You are the Queen of Cups. If your ex is also another Scorpio, a Cancer, or Pisces, this is them. There is a new beginning here. And the Ace of Pentacles is a very unexpected new beginning. It's like the Tower. And again, I see you being very, very happy here with the Three of Cups. This is you celebrating. So again, we're asking about an ex, someone who's no longer in your life. And you have two new beginnings here. And, you know, a sense of celebration, a sense of happiness. The Three of Cups can also just be the energy of marriage. Perhaps maybe you're going to get married and everything was called off. I still see a marriage here. But I also see a new beginning that is very close to you with the Queen of Cups being here. Okay, let me get a few more cards from the confirmation deck. Let me just give the deck a quick shuffle. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio about their ex for September 2019? What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio about their ex September 2019? What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio about their ex September 2019? Okay, let's see what comes up for you. Messages for Scorpio about their ex. Knight of Cups, Six of Wands, and the Empress. So the Empress has repeated itself. Actually, it wasn't, because this card actually came up in the first spread, which is why I was thinking about it. So, I mean, it still is kind of a repeat card. Here it is in the first spread. The Empress is the perfect relationship, the perfect partner. And you actually have movement around this. You have the Knight of Cups, which this is a positive change in the relationship with your ex. This is some type of movement. This could be them coming back and trying to sweep you off your feet, romance you. Maybe they're asking for forgiveness. Again, the perfect relationship with the Empress being here. This is happiness. This is love, marriage. This is the person that you feel is the one. You also have the Six of Wands, which represents victory. So it also represents obstacles being removed from your path. And the obstacles would actually be what we see right here. Five of Swords and Seven of Swords. There is some type of kind of negativity, deceit. Somebody who just made a very, very bad decision, who I feel, you know, is regretting this about now with the Five of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Somebody kind of sabotage your happiness. It could be your ex. It could even be someone who came between you. But I feel like your ex is doing a lot of thinking about what they're going to do next. They don't want to maybe make another mistake. They're planning their next move. I see that part of them is eager to come back, to have this new beginning with you. But at the same time, the other part of them is being very stubborn and holding back from you, resisting. Even though I see a lot of unhappiness here with the Five of Cups and regrets. But I do see honesty here with the Page of Swords. Them telling you 100% maybe, you know, why they did what they did or what they have been holding back from you. The Page of Swords just represents honesty, honest communication. Okay, Scorpio, this has been your love reading for September 2019. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.